Today, right now, we're in a little community called Cale, Arkansas, and that's an old store right there, right across the road there from me. Maybe sometime we can get permission to hunt that, but there's a park right here behind me where the old school used to sit. They made it into a park, and there's a bunch of people out there right now. I ain't gonna hunt it. That wasn't what I was really wanting to hunt anyway. And we just come through another community called Oak Grove, and their old school is still standing, but it's kind of growed up around it, and I think we'll just wait till the winter and try to hunt it. And we're going to another spot right now, another community on down the road ways called Bluff City. And when we get there, I'll see what we can find. I think there used to be a baseball field there in one spot, and I'm gonna try to hunt it if I can. If that was the baseball field, I'm not real sure, but I'm gonna look and see. And I just thought we'd get out and look around today, cause I'm gonna try to get some days off from work next week to hunt, and I want some other places to hunt. I mean, I know Yerger's a good place to hunt. I've been hunting over there in Hope at Yerger quite a bit and making some good finds. And but I like to get out and hunt new spots too every once in a while. So we're gonna see if we can find a couple of places to hunt today and maybe hunt. We'll get out and hunt here in a little while somewhere. I've got a new pinpointer I want to try out, White's Bullseye 2, and we're gonna try it out. So I'll get back with y'all later. All right, right now we're in a little community called Reeder, Arkansas. And Reeder came about way back years ago when Barry, I was telling y'all about Barry over at Waterloo, had a petroleum company, and we got somebody coming up beside us and going on, I think. Anyway, years ago Barry was, and Waterloo was a thriving community, but for them to transport the petroleum or whatever that they made and all that, they had to have a steam locomotive. They had a train that done all the work for them, and it would start out at Waterloo and it would come to Reeder. This was the main stop, I guess, at Reeder, the main headquarters. But anyway, they used old steam locomotives back then. And whenever Barry shut down, well, they brought them steam locomotives up here to Reeder, and they made it like a tourist attraction. You could actually buy a ticket and ride the train all the way from Reeder down to Waterloo, and or you could get on the train at Waterloo and ride it up here to Reeder. I never did get to ride it back then. My older brother and my mom did, but I didn't get to ride it back then. I have rode it since then, but rode it up here with my mom one time, and they got a turntable down here on Highway 24 down there. If y'all remember in the movie, in the miniseries North and South, Patrick Swayze was on the train with Brett, and they got held up at Harper's Ferry by John Brown. Well, on 24 Highway, that's where that took place, down there on 24 Highway, at that turntable down there. They made that Harper's Ferry, and that's supposedly where they shot that part of the miniseries. And they got I'll take y'all down there directly and take some pictures, show you the trains and stuff. They're still down there right now, and supposed to be anyway. I'll go down there directly. But right now we're trying to Melotech, so I just want to let y'all know they called the old railroad, the railroad between Waterloo and Reeder, the Possum Trot line, and so there's places all up and down through there that you can Melotech if you know where to go. So I'm up here at Reeder right now, and they got some baseball fields back over here close to the river. Little Missouri River, and I thought I'd ease back over in here and see what I could find if ain't nobody playing ball down there today. I'll get back with y'all in a little while. This is a campsite on the river right here. I used to come down here years ago and catfish, and the river is up. It's way up right now. You might be some good fishing right now on right here, but I don't know. I'd have to have some bait. I got my rod and reels with me, but I ain't got no bait. But I know how to look for night crawlers though, but I ain't gonna hunt. I ain't gonna fish. We finna melt sack somewhere if I had to go back to Prescott. But I'm just getting out and looking around today. I may take some vacation days off next week, and I just want to look around and see what I could see. Somebody has made them a ladder right here where you can actually walk down to the river, I guess, and get in a boat. But anyway, I used to sit right here in a chair and throw out into the river. Man, talking about some good catfish. And I throw all the way over to the other side. And boy, just sit there for a minute and them catfish would get on there. Anyway, this is the Little Missouri River bottom, the Little Missouri River. We'll get back with y'all later. Well, this was the old Reader depot right here where the main station was. But you notice that sign over there, it says no trespassing. But if you can see, there was I guess the station right there. But see, they filmed that, done a lot of that filming for the mini-series North and South right here. And they had buses that some people stayed in, Patrick Swayze and all the stars that were in the mini-series stayed in. They had the buses parked right here. One day I was fishing on the river down there, and I kept hearing that train engine tooting. I wondered what in the world's going on. And I come up here and they was doing that filming on that mini-series North and South. I guess the first part of it where and that big building back yonder, you see that big building back there? That's where Patrick Swayze jumped across the tracks in front of that train with his cane in his hand, and he jumped across the track because he had been shot or injured his leg in a war against Mexico down in Churubusco or whatever. Anyway, I don't know if the trains are still back there or not. Looks like one part of it, look like it is. I don't know if you can see that or not. Back there in the back, past behind that tractor back there. There's something back there. I don't know what it is. But anyway, yeah, they're back over there between them trees. There's supposed to be some old engines back there. I see a box, look like a boxcar back there in that back building back there. But I ain't gonna get out. Since it says no trespassing, I ain't gonna get out. But that was part of an engine right there at one time. Alright, we're over here. And all this traffic gets by, making all the noise. We're over here on 25, I guess it's 24, goes back into Prescott. That's where we're headed right now. But this is the old turntable right here. This is where they turned the train, the old locomotive around, and all the engines and everything. They had a side track where you could back the rest of the stuff around and do whatever. But this was where they filmed the Harper Ferry, the Harper Ferry scene in North and South, where John Brown raided the train, told everybody to get off the train. Well, this was supposed to have been where it took place, right here. You see, they still got the old shed still there, and of course, they may have done they got something right there. That's probably the old turntable right there, where they put the train. See, there's rails on that thing over there, and I'm pretty sure that's it. Yeah. Anyway, but this is supposedly where they done the filming on the Harper Ferry scene where John Brown raided the train. Well, anyway, there was a sign up down here somewhere. I don't know where it's at now. They may have taken it down that said Harper's Ferry, but anyway, it was just a reenactment or whatever, but for the mini-series. But we'll get back with y'all later. Anyway, I was just gonna show y'all that. Anyway, I'll get back with y'all later.